All right, James here with the 1 Hour Smart Home, and today I'm going to teach you how to make cold brew. So you can end up with something like this. Cold brew, you can take it with you. You can save thousands. You could put it in a water bottle like this. And when you make cold brew at home, guess what? You're going to make it, it's going to taste probably better than what you can find at any coffee shop because you're going to be using higher quality coffee. The other thing is, in this method, we're showing you how to use it with a glass container, and then it's got a stainless steel filter inside. And now why is that important? Because if you get cold brew at one of those popular coffee places, they probably make their cold brew in a plastic jug. And I know some of you don't like to have water or a beverage that's in a plastic container because of the potential health concerns with that, as well as literally I've seen places where they use a 5-gallon bucket. Who knows what was in there before the cold brew, but that's how a lot of name brand coffee places make cold brew. So let's avoid the contamination. Let's use actual glassware, which isn't going to impart any unnecessary flavors on the coffee. It's got a stainless steel filter that's easy to clean. And this whole thing, you can pop right in the dishwasher. I make my cold brew, I put it in a couple of these. These are like to-go mugs. You know, it's just a ball jar. You can keep it refrigerated, then store it, and then you can make more cold brew in here if you've got it stored in these ball jars. It's gonna stay good almost 2 weeks, either in the container here, as long as you take the grinds out, or if you put it in here and you refrigerate it. So pretty simple process, but what I've got here is we've got our coffee. This is just a large ball jar, nothing special, but it's a good way to seal everything out, get moisture out of there, keep it out of there. We've got this. I'm going to put a link to this below. This is my favorite cold brewer. This thing is awesome, and it runs, you know, somewhere in the $30–40 range, and I've had this for a couple of years, and it is invaluable to just, if you like coffee, making great cold brew at home, saving yourself $5 a cup. I mean, this, if you look at it here, this is like maybe $2 or $3 worth of coffee ground up when you buy it in bulk compared, and that's gonna make, you know, a couple of batches of this. And you compare that to the cost of coffee in store for cold brew, which is sometimes $5 or $6, which is crazy. And I think you can make it way better at home. So we're gonna get started. We're gonna show you what you do here and how you do it so you end up with a cold brew product like this. So I'm gonna put this to the side. The first thing that you're gonna do is you're going to take this apart. This is the lid right here, stainless steel. And here is the filter, okay? So I've cleaned this off. It's all clean, washed. It's very fine mesh. I don't know if you can see that. We'll pull it up there. You can see my finger in there, but it's stainless steel mesh. So, you know, food grade, very easy to clean. These gaskets are in here to seal it. You can take these off. You can wash them too. But overall, why I like this system is because it's very clean and very easy to manage. You just throw it in the dishwasher and you are good to go. So this is cleaned. I throw this glassware in the dishwasher as well. You can also make iced tea in here too, which is nice. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some of my coffee. So I'll put a link to my favorite coffee in the description below for cold brew. I like to use a medium brew. So we're gonna fill this up about 2/3 of the way. You can fill it fuller, but what I have found is that 2/3 is really what you wanna do so that the water goes in quickly, so you can make this pretty quick, as well as you don't really notice the caffeine difference from the extra 1/3 because it's really not submerged in that much water, that last 1/3, versus the stuff down below is submerged in the entire container, and the coffee expands once it's wet. So if you put it all the way to the top, like the lid will be popping off. You don't really want that. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna keep filling this up. We are we're almost 2/3 full here. So you can see my spoon right here. It's just at the top of the coffee. We're gonna give it like one more scoop. Okay, so we've got it about 2/3 full. You can see it right there. There's the coffee inside the filter. It's probably right about here. Okay, so we've got it 2/3 full. Now, I just use my normal coffee maker, the water jug, because it's an easy way to get a lot of water. But if you don't have that, you could just use a water bottle. You could use a cup. It goes in kind of slow, so like you really don't need to have all this water all at once. You'll see here, but we're going to fill it up. And you can kind of already see the color changing. You couldn't drink it right now. You got to leave this for 12 to 16 hours. I usually try and make it, you know, like 5 p.m. and then it's ready 5 or 6 a.m. the next day. It'll get a little bit stronger if you let it sit like 16 hours or 24 hours. I've let it sit 48 hours. If I forget about it, it's not a big deal. It'll still stay good, but you do want to take the grinds out. You know, the coffee after a couple days, that'll make it spoil quicker if you leave it in there, as well as kind of give it too much of an acidic taste. But 48 hours, no problem. What I found with the cold brew is that this is actually much stronger than regular coffee once it's been sitting and brewed in here for 12 to 24 hours. So you can dilute it a little bit. I always put ice in mine, so that dilutes it a little bit. Sometimes I mix a little water in, but don't go drinking like a pot of this all at once. You'll probably have heart palpitations because the caffeine is so strong. What you're doing here is essentially letting all of those caffeinated compounds come out of the beans when it's refrigerated for that extended amount of time. You think of the amount of contact time when you've got it in here, it's, you know, hundreds of times longer than what you would have if you just had it in the coffee pot. So we're just gonna keep pouring. You can see me pouring. Sometimes it gets up to the top here. I try not let it get all the way to the top, so I just slow down, because as you put a little bit through, it's gonna slow down how quickly that it's gonna filter through. But you can see we're already starting to get a nice color there. We'll keep pouring some in, but this is a great way to save some money, but also make cleaner, healthier, and more convenient coffee. I don't like going to the coffee shop if I'm in a hurry. If I just am hopping in the car, I want to have cold brew ready to go for a morning commute. And that is what this is perfect for, because I can just jar it up like this. It's refrigerated, it's already cold. Grab it, and I take that, and you can go to work. Or you can put it in a water bottle, whatever you want to do. But it's way more convenient than making a stop when everybody else is trying to make a stop at 6 a.m. And it tastes way better. You're gonna go have a cup of this, and you're gonna wonder why you didn't do this like 10 years ago, and why you spent thousands of dollars on coffee from a store that makes the coffee in 5-gallon buckets that look like they came from a hardware store. Cannot be a good thing. And this is just a really nice piece of glassware. We'll put the link to Amazon on this. I highly recommend this. I've had a lot of buddies buy this after I recommended it, and they have been incredibly happy. I have had no problems with this. I love it, super easy to clean. A couple cleaning tips. Now that's cold brew. We're ready. You put the cap on, and then this is gonna go in the fridge. That is the completed product, super easy. I go just a little bit below the max level. Just makes it easier when I'm putting it in the fridge if I've got to tilt it a little bit. So don't go all the way up to the top, because you know, you could spill it out. But this does have a really nice seal, okay? So this is like airtight when it's in here. That gasket we've got on here makes this airtight seal here, which is really nice. And then you can see it's got a little lip for pouring. So you can get really nice, accurate pours with this. But what I was saying is that you know, when you use this, you just really are going to be impressed how good the cold brew tastes. And it's going to be way easier, way more economical. And we'll put the links to the description below. The one thing with this, though, for cleaning, you know, you can put the glassware in, you can put this in. It's all dishwasher safe. The stainless steel is dishwasher safe. What I would do with the stainless steel, the filter, is I just run it under the faucet for a couple seconds, and spray it to kind of get some of the gunk out, some of the grinds out. And then I just throw it in the dishwasher, throw everything in the dishwasher and wash it. So that's an easy way to clean up. Thank you for watching. Visit us at onehoursmarthome.com, and we will see you next time. Please subscribe, like this video. We hope you enjoyed learning how to make your own cold brew at home.